It has been absolute chaos here at my place, and I've got so much stuff going on my desk that I haven't had any a chance to get any new videos out, and I have. So I've got so many little things that I'm trying to work on, and nothing has really been going to plan. So I thought I'd just come on tonight, do a bit of a live stream, have a chat with a few of you guys. We can talk about any of the projects that I am working on at the moment, and just kind of go from there. I'm just going to have a little bit of a tidy up while I wait for a few of you guys to join me, and then we can start chatting about some of the stuff. And perhaps we can do a bit of testing online as we go. I am still desperately trying to come up with solutions for the buggies, trying to find some reliable good power for the WL Toys buggy, and not having a huge amount of luck. I've tried all sorts of things. The latest thing that I'm trying are these AM32 ESCs, which are relatively cheap. Brushless ESCs, trying to come up with a really cheap brushless package that feels good. So yeah, working on that at the moment, and it's taking up a lot of my time. I'm also working on some crawler builds. I'm working on this little Mias racing thing. Well, I say I'm working on it. Technically, my son is working on it, but that requires quite a lot of work from me as well. So we need to try and get that done. I have just had some shocks and bits and bobs arrive for that. So that is on the list for tonight, to try and get this chassis up and running. I want to do him a brushless conversion as well on that, which is another reason for trying these AM32 ESCs. I've been struggling trying to program these, so I'd love to hear from any of you guys if you have had any experience with them. I'm going to give it another go on trying to program them. Basically, if you haven't experienced one of these before, it is basically an open source ESC that you can tune yourself via a very basic program. The ESCs themselves only run at about $10 each, and they come in various shapes and sizes. I say they're open source, so I don't really know too much about them, but I'm assuming the whole thing is open source, so people are building them and producing them in different shapes and sizes. So if we can get it to work for the buggies, that would be absolutely epic. But not having a huge amount of luck at the moment. I'm going to have a go and literally do this while we speak on trying to... Hang on, I just need to go grab a transmitter, and we're going to have a go at programming it. How can I do this? I can do this all off the computer. So someone has sent me a bunch of settings to try. I'll spin you around in a minute once I've got the program up and working, and then you can see what it's all about. We need to, for programming it, you get one of these little dongly type things, and they plug into the just into the receiver port, and then USB into the computer. I've got my motor attached, and then you've got to power them, so we'll just pop a battery onto there as well. That then allows me to get the program up on the computer. I'm just going to pull up and try and find the settings that someone gave me. Where were they? Yeah. And then we can go through that and see if we can get this thing working. It will be absolutely amazing if we can, because it opens up so much. Here we go. Okay, right, so 2 seconds, I'm just going to get the correct transmitter. Transmitter, this one. Okay, so welcome to everyone that has just joined me. We are having a bit of a messy night. Everything is everywhere. I've got so much on the bench at the moment. I'm not daring turn the camera down. But anyway, we're just quickly talking about AM32s and these ESCs. So basically, when you get your Dewberry, what's that? You're programming it through this here. This is the settings. This isn't the actual thing, but we're going to go into it now. So yeah, this is what I need to copy. So I've got to try and remember these numbers while we flick over to here, which is where you open this serial port connector. And then you come up with here, and this is taking me a while to learn because I'm rubbish on computers. And then you basically bring up your ESC, and there you go. That is the settings that you've got to work with. As I mentioned, these ESCs are really cheap. It's what a lot of companies now are using. Endura, I have seen they are using this exact thing, and maybe it's going to be the way to go. But yeah, so I've got these. I haven't been able to get the motor working yet. So someone sent me these magic numbers and said that they should work. I'll be absolutely stoked if they do. So I'm going to do my best to try and copy these, and we'll see what happens. So just going down the list, 24.8. No idea what a lot of these mean, I don't think. Stop break 7. And then we will just have to, oh, rubbish. Close the whole thing. No, that. See whether it works. Sign 15, he's got that on 25. But yeah, it basically, there's a whole load of stuff online and like various groups that are all running these. They kind of originated from drones, I believe. But yeah, they're being used a lot in the crawler world. So, okay, he's got a whole load of other stuff set on there by direction. turn that off. I haven't, as I say, got a huge, no, that on, brake on, stop, no idea what half these mean. Then there's a few more over the page here, so I'm just gonna go to this, just double check these are all the same. I have no idea what they are. 58, can I get it to go to 58? No. 56. 1502, 53, 50, voltage cut off. I'm just going to leave that at 300. I don't think that'll make any difference. So, yep. Okay, we are going to hit save settings. That has now written this, written the ESC settings over to the ESC. So I'm going to close the connection, and then I'm going to pop you back down and we can see if this works. Welcome to anyone that has just joined me. We are just chatting about the little brushless cheap AM32 ESCs and trying to see if we can get it to work for our Micro B. So now I just need a receiver to test this. I'm not expecting this to work. If it does work, you will probably hear a slight shout of happiness. Just popping my transmitter onto the right channel, right model. So we won't spend too much time on this because I'll waste my own time rather than boring you guys. Is it going to work? We've got sounds, which is a good thing. Well, hey! Oh my... No. It's better than it was before. You can't see it. Let me do something to make you be able to see it. So it is working better than it has been, but it's not brilliant by any means. Whether there is anyone that watches these videos that has any more of an idea than I do or anyone else does as to how to program this to get them to go, or whether it's even possible, I would love to hear from you. And so would probably a lot of other people. So it is turning, which is more than it was before. But it's like really jerky. And it's like pulsing. What does that mean? It seems to be all over the place. But it is working. We could be onto something. I'm going to message back the person that sent me those. What? Now it's working even better. Okay, it's all over the place. 1 second it's working quite nicely, and then the next second it's not. Anyway, I'm going to leave that there because we've got another ESC to try, and that is this one here. XC10A. Just getting YouTube messages. Actually, I suppose I should just check the YouTube live stream. I haven't, I think I've got messages on. Apologies if I've been missing messages. I completely forgot. It's been a while since I've done a live stream. Let me go over to the live stream. Well, that's certainly a positive step, which I really wasn't. Here we go. No, that message must have been somewhere else. No, if you've got any questions or suggestions, please drop them in the chat and I will take a look. I'm just seeing what that message was, what it came from. No idea. Okay. Right, so next up I'm going to throw the soldering iron on and we can have a quick try of this other ESC and we can see if that gets us any further. I have a little more hope for it in that it's a standard ESC. Yeah, fingers crossed on that one. We'll just bide a bit of time while soldering iron warms up. Yeah, so I don't know who is watching and what your interests are. Pop a message down below and then we can have a chat about stuff, because I've got some quite nice parts that have arrived from a company which I've not even had a good look at yet, so we could do a little bit of a live unboxing. I'm looking for my bin if anyone wonders. My bin's disappeared. Where's it gone? Oh well. Yeah. What do you guys want to chat about? What do you want to look at? I've got loads of stuff on the bench going at the moment. Everything from boats to crawlers to buggies. This is the little buggy collection of parts that has just come in from Raccoon Heavy, which some of you may have seen seen posts on Facebook, YouTube, all that stuff. Check these out. They look pretty sweet, and the size of some of these, look, what's that? Caster blocks. Look how small they are. They're going to be so light. Really excited about these. Kind of trying to get the bits together for an ultimate buggy build. But I was really hoping that Enduro Servo was going to be part of it, but it's not really ultimate. It was good, but I want better. Let us know if anyone else has tried one of the new Enduro servos. I'd be keen to hear what your thoughts are on it. Are you happy with it? It's not a cheap servo, not super expensive either, but yeah, I was a little underwhelmed, shall we say. It's good, but not amazing. And it wasn't bad either, but it just wasn't amazing. So yeah, I need to get hold of another buggy, I think, really to do that build on. Right, hang on, let me unplug that. We are going to, so next thing that I need to do somehow is to test this ESC. One problem I've got tonight is this battery plug. I've got to figure out a solution to that because I don't have any batteries that run this plug, I don't think. What can we do? What can we do? What can we do? Probably the easiest thing to do is to change the plug over. It is absolute chaos on my desk at the moment, and I'm not happy about it. I'm sure. Here we go. We can use this. This came with one of the other ESCs. So yeah, this is a X Star 10 amp brushless ESC. I've had it for a little while. I believe it's programmable, but that's about all I know. Doesn't look anything special, but at the moment, as far as the buggies go, I'm getting a bit desperate. I don't really know where to go with it. So we're trying everything. So first step that I need to do is to get, I think we're just going to crack the back off this, solder up some new terminals on it, and we will see what it does. Anyway, let us know what you're up to on this Saturday night. I have got the evening to myself, my son's in bed, and I've got some time to chat to you guys, so send us any questions, let us know what you're working on, where you're watching from, anything like that. Keen to hear. There we go. So just taking the heat shrink off it, and then we can just resolder on these two wires. Hi Mike, it would be great to film some. I was trying to live stream all of the racing that we do at the club, but unfortunately I found that my laptop wasn't good enough. So yeah, unfortunately I couldn't stream them live, which was really frustrating because I did have it working at one point, and then I don't know, it's, yeah, I don't know enough about computers. I do have, or certainly can film a whole race from start to finish. Being the person in charge, I can't unfortunately follow it around for the whole race, but I will certainly do that for you. I will set a camera up. We've got buggy racing this coming Monday, so I will set a camera up and film a whole race. That is not a problem. It's a lot more chaotic than you probably expect. With these little micro buggies, it's not like 10th scale where they go off every few minutes. There's normally cars flying off everywhere, and certainly normally for the most part, certainly at the moment, we're only running 2 heats, so so I'm normally in the A main, and then I normally film most of the footage. Most of it's filmed of the Bs, which is slightly more chaotic, I would probably say. So yeah, I don't know. I'll film a whole race for you on Monday, and I will I'll upload it, and you can have a watch. Let us know what you think. Right. I think I've done this right. Okay, so we are switched over the battery lead. I'm now going to switch over the motor wires. So I'm expecting this to work. We're not really going to be able to fully test this ESC because this probably will need to be tested on a track. Maybe this is what I need to do for Monday. I think this is going to probably be the cheapest solution for going brushless. I'll have to have a look and see if, I'm pretty sure these ESCs will still be available. X-Star 10 amp brushless ESC, if anyone's got a second. I just got it off AliExpress, I think. Here we go. So we are powered up. Now this one is a little more tricky because it runs on a different, oh no, we can do it on the WL. We can do it off this monstrosity. So I'll tilt you down, guys, but forgive me on the bench. I've got parts coming out my ears from my son's crawler build. Any of you guys crawler people, let us know. I really should be doing my son's crawler rather than playing around with this stuff, but I thought it was too good an opportunity to do a bit of a live stream and have a chat to you guys. The other thing we should talk about is the Spec B. Has anyone got one yet or ordered one? If you guys are buggy guys, let us know. I certainly would love one. I'd like to try one. Whether I can afford to right at this moment, I don't know. Right, 1 second, get another transmitter. Okay, back. Right, here we go. This is going to be an interesting test. Whoa, no, we have live fried. We've just fried it. We have, yeah, there you go, that's toast. We saw the magic white smoke. Where did it come from? I definitely saw the magic white smoke. Well, there you go. I guess that's the end of that. Maybe I got the battery terminals the wrong way around. Didn't help going black to black. Got to admit, that's probably a silly mistake. But I'm pretty sure I got that right. Definitely had smoke coming from somewhere. Wow. There you go. Don't know really what to say about that. I'm quite disappointed. I don't know what I fried. I wouldn't mind going back on the video and taking a look. I don't know if I can. How can I look at my own video? Can I look at my own video online? Did you guys see any of that? Did you see where the smoke came from? Oh, look, I can. Here we go. I'm watching myself. No. Yeah. Oh, how annoying. I don't think any of it's on. No, that is rather disappointing. Do we go for it again? It's going to smoke even more, but I want to know what I smoked. There's no visual signs on any of the components to what was smoking. I can only assume I got the polarity the wrong way around. But oh no, I did. Let's go back a bit further. Did I show you? I'm sure I showed you guys before I destroyed it. Okay. There you go. That is the. That would have been the way it was. Sorry, I'm just trying to work this out, whether I did make a stupid mistake. I think I might have. Ooh, yes. Well, that's a shame. Maybe if I wasn't doing this live, I probably wouldn't have made that mistake. So let's, no, negative. I don't think I did make a mistake. So that is negative. So that is going on that side. I think I had it right. I'm sure I did. That is there. That is on the same side of these cables, negative, which is the way that I had it. Well, I suppose I can get another one of these. It wasn't wildly expensive, luckily. I'm disappointed in myself. Very disappointed. More that I was hoping to see what it was actually like. But there you go. Bit more money wasted on this disappointing car. I'm just going to plug it in again and see what happens. It's either going to smoke more or yeah, that's the right way around. Right, who wants to see a bit more smoke? I've got this, as far as I can tell, the right way around. I'm pretty sure we're going to see smoke. If this doesn't get a like, I'm going to be very disappointed. I've double checked it. That's how it was wired before. 3, 2, 1. Didn't smoke that time. Hey ho. We've got a light. Did I smoke the receiver maybe? Whoa. It's not smoking. It's not working. It's not smoking, but it's not working. Well, not properly anyway. Well, more disappointment. It spun a tiny bit. Nothing. No idea what's going on. I was hopeful for a second there. I don't know where the smoke came from. Pretty sure it came from the ESC. Suppose we can do another check. Let's do another test on the ESC. Just unplug that. Let's this is what I pulled the ESC out from. So let's solder it back into here and see if it could be motor related. Don't think it is. I ran this motor a while ago and it was all right. So let's pop these motors. Now this is all a bit sketchy, but guys, got any questions? Let us know in the comments. What you've been up to this weekend? Have you been out with your cars? We had a lovely afternoon here. Took my son out flying gliders, and he's doing really well flying the gliders now. He's only 6.5, but he is. Went completely hands-free with him today. He didn't have a buddy lead or anything, and yeah, was flying around amazingly well. So cool to watch him do that. Right, okay, we are trying again, this time with a different motor, to see if this ESC still works or whether it's going to end up in the bin. I should probably separate these wires a little safer. Bit tight. So yeah, we have been, and then we went out with the crawlers as well. We did a nice little family trail actually. We had the wife and my son and myself all out for a nice little wander with the crawlers this afternoon, which was again really nice and enjoyable. Right, is this gonna work? Third time lucky. Something's got to go right tonight. I hope. Probably won't. Wait. Wow. Well, I think the ESC is still working. I don't know what I smoked. It's got really poor low end. It's kind of how I remember it, to be honest. Got a hell of a lot of punch though. This was an old Charisma. It's actually running in reverse. One to turn, change it back, switch it. Oh no, it's dead now. Right. Didn't like me reversing the channel. So I don't know whether we're ever going to find an ESC that's good on a non-censored motor. Let us know if you know of any ESCs that run on non-censored motors for motors this size. I'm trying to think what we could try. As soon as you're off the just that initial startup, which is where I'm hoping the AM32 is going to allow you to program for that. For those that weren't here at the start, these are the AM32 ESCs, which is an open source ESC, and you can program it. Ignore that wire coming off. Which I was hoping to use for the buggy. But not had any luck as yet. So I don't really know where to go from now. Go from there. Just going to solder this wire back on. Are there any brushless ESCs that aren't crazy expensive? I really don't know where to go with this now, but I think that is probably going to be the end of my testing for tonight. I don't think I've got any more options to try, unfortunately. It was a bit of a hopeful one to expect anything from any of those options. What I smoked on that ESC, I really don't know. I definitely saw smoke come out of this thing, but it doesn't seem to be there now, and it seems to be just about working. Yeah, don't know. That one is going to be left as a big question mark. I don't think it's going to get us very far. I will document that for another video. So yeah, let us know if you've got any suggestions or any ideas where we could go from here on either brushed or brushless. I've pretty much given up on trying to find a decent brushed ESC. I just don't think there's anything out there, sadly. I keep on seeing more brushed ESCs advertised, but I think they're just all the same now. I don't think there really is any difference. So yeah, I don't know where to go. Right, so that's that for tonight. Let us know if there is anything that you guys want to chat about. So I've got projects all over my desk here. Some more interesting than others. I've been working on a load of components for our buggy track, which I don't actually have to hand, but have been coming out really nicely. So I'm gonna actually, I put up a Cult 3D page now. So if any of you guys are into 3D printing, I'm going to be uploading the files there, probably for free. So go check that out as and when. I did put just I did this the other day. It's nothing much. It's a ride height gauge for the micro buggies. I popped that up on there the other day, and one of these track components that I've just done. So yeah, feel free to download that. I think now I'm going to try and do a little work on my son's crawler. Actually, I need to do some work on his buggy as well. Let's do the buggy. Are you guys more interested in crawlers or buggies? Let us know in the comments. I've got so much work to do on cars at the moment, which is kind of why I did a live stream. So this is my son's buggy now. As you can see, it's got some lovely pink wheels on there, and it has also now got some Enduro shocks on there. I was really surprised the other day when we put these on. It's been a while since I have had a set of Enduro shocks on one of the buggies. I'd messed with some when they first came out. Well, it's almost this time last year. No, a bit after. And there's a video somewhere. They were a little disappointing. But we put these ones on and they feel amazing. They feel really, really good. I put the heavier springs on them, but they feel so smooth. But I do need to just pop some oil in them. But yeah, I'm really impressed. I'm not sure that I've got a set of Losi ones, or whatever it's called, the real ones, and I'm not sure that they feel any better. So yeah, very pleasantly surprised about these. Even through the packet, I can tell that these Losi ones don't feel any better. Definitely. What I really look for is that when you put a bit of side load on the shock shaft, that you don't get too much binding on the inside of the main shock body. These feel pretty average, whereas the Enduro ones, you can side load them and they still feel smooth. So really impressed with those. I honestly didn't think they were going to be that good. So that is why I'm a little bit surprised, and I quite happily admit they sent them to me for free. But if I thought they were rubbish, I would 100% tell you that. But they don't. They feel good, which is why I'm quite shocked. I shouldn't be shocked, but I am. Surprised, not shocked, surprised. Yeah, let's do a little bit of work on them, get some oil in there. We have buggy racing this coming Monday, so we will be giving that a try We also have a heap of other parts that Enduro sent us to put on this car. So I am now just as excited to get those on there, and my son is too. But yeah, first off, let's get a bit of oil in these shocks. I was going to go to the whole effort of stripping them down and doing all the grease and stuff, but because they're going in my son's car, I should do, but I think they'll be all right. Let's get some oil in them to start with. There's a tiny bit of oil in there, not much. Cheers to anyone who is sat on the sofa with a drink. Some 200 weight oil going in. Let us know if you've got any questions, and I will do my best. Let us know what you've been up to this weekend, what you got planned. Are you racing tomorrow? I am off boat racing tomorrow, so that should be fun. Nice sunny day, hopefully. So, right, so let's, yeah, they still feel good. Definitely, that oil has definitely helped dampen them down a bit. And they were really easy to bleed as well. Haven't really had to do much bleeding. But I'm really liking these. They feel great. So yeah, stay tuned for an ultimate buggy build. I am slowly narrowing down my parts that I want to use on it. I do servo is another thing that I haven't managed to nail down. I'm still, well, I know what I want, but I just can't afford it at the moment. And I'm not 100% sure it's going to do the job. I want the 15 tooth AGF RC servo so that I can run the WL Toys, not the WL Toys, the Endura servo saver, but I'm not 100% sure it's going to fit. It is 15 tooth as well, but I just worry that the splines are different, which is why I've not ordered one yet, because it's like $50 odd. I did ask AGFRC if they would be interested in doing a servo comparison video. Not heard of being back. I also was a bit cheeky and asked whoever it is for that new buggy, the Spec B, but not heard anything from that either. Can but try. Let us know if anyone has got one of those Spec Bs yet. I would be interested to hear how it is. There was a few reviews on the internet going around, but I'll be perfectly honest, I really don't know what to believe from those people. From some of the reviews that I have watched and then done myself, I can't believe that they were reviewing the same car, but there you go. whenever I do a review, I make sure I tell you guys exactly what I think of it. And I wouldn't do a review unless I could. So when I did that survey review, there was someone that was saying, oh, I didn't test it. You only showed a 30-second clip of it going around. Well, I can assure you I 100% did test it. I tested it for about 2 or 3 weeks, and there really wasn't anything to show. I don't know what people expect that you can prove by watching 5 minutes of a buggy going around a track and trying to figure out what the servo does, but, well, I apologise if you can get more information, but I didn't feel like anyone would have wanted to watch more footage. Well, that's the front done, and that feels really good. I popped the stiffer springs in because when they came out of the bag they felt really soft, but now they feel a lot better. So let's do the same on the rear. Bit nervous about these tyres. I think they might be a bit grippy. Might trim a couple of the pins off the side. We could possibly super glue the sidewalls as well, but I think we'll run them first. And well, they have been run, but run them on the track at full speed. We'll see how they do. Yeah. Let us know what you guys are up to on this Saturday night. Where you're watching from. Yeah. I am just rambling on, talking to myself. Doing a little bit of work on my son's Micro B. Trying to get these shocks nice for him on Monday's racing. He's pretty excited about all of this. Yeah, these shocks really come with very little oil in there. The good thing is that they were so much, not having to bleed them at all. Just slightly weird almost. But really impressed with them. There we go. No bleeding. I could just take the spring off and see what we've got quite a lot of rebound there. I might need to do a little bit of bleeding on them. It's not too bad. So, if you don't know about bleeding shocks, once you filled them up, compress the piston so that it is inside the shock and taking up the volume that is inside of the piston. take the top cap off, let whatever oil needs to come out, which won't be a huge amount either way, and then pop it back on again. And there you go. There you go. You can see now that the piston stays still. If we push it in, it will rebound a tiny amount, sorry, but it won't come all the way out. If I pull it out, it will obviously stay out. But we've now just balanced the pressure inside so that when the volume of the piston is inside the shock, it's not creating pressure and forcing the piston back out again. So you can pop that back on. Hello, welcome to anyone that has just joined. Say hi, check in, let us know where you're watching from, what you've been up to, or anything like that. I am here to curious about the track layout in your latest video. Do you buy the track borders from somewhere or custom make it? I'm assuming you're talking about buggy tracks there, Mike. The buggy track is whereabouts you watching from, because that's going to make a big difference. Are you in the USA, or if you're in the UK, then you're in luck. I can give you loads of information. US, okay. So it is the outer perimeter of the track at the moment. We are using over here we have downpipe, guttering downpipe, and it comes in a 60mm square. So we're using that for the outside perimeter, and then I am now changing. I can't remember what my latest video was. I'm gonna have to send us a link to the video that you're watching so I can talk about the right thing. Content. Mini Z, not the Mini Z one. Was it the servo video that you're talking about? Let us know which video, because I've just literally just changed it all. So anyway, the outer perimeter is Mini Z. Oh, okay. Oh, with the Mini Z stuff, that's just what you guys would call RCP. Yeah, that's just RCP track. You can buy it, it's expensive, but it's really good. And yeah, you can do it cheaper. You can go to Home Depot or what's the other one, Harbour Freight, and get the tiles there and make your own. But the amount of time and effort it takes to make your own track and the amount of money that you save, I don't think it's worth it unless you've got time to kill, which, let's face it, nowadays is fairly unlikely. Save yourself the hassle. Try and maybe find someone selling some RCP somewhere cheap that they haven't used much, and just buy that, because you can switch the layups around to your heart's content, whereas you start making your own stuff and it's never going to be as good. It's not going to give you decent grip or as good a grip, and yeah, just go with the real stuff. You'll thank yourself that you did. So yeah, there you go. There's my advice. And also, then it also means that you can, if someone's talking about a car setup or something like that, then you know you're not going to be a million miles away if you're running the same track. So that's my advice. Buggy tracks, totally different story. Right. If you guys are all Mini Z people, then we can talk Mini Zs more, because I had a really disappointing race the other night and my cars were driving like absolute rubbish. Now, I've just bled those shocks. Yeah, they're feeling pretty good. I didn't bleed the front ones and now I'm regretting it. So I'm just going to do that quickly. Yeah, I don't know that I've got any more advice on Mini Z tracks other than go over to the RC Play RC, one of those two, and use their track designer. They have an amazing track designer program. Just go on the website, register, and you can do it on there. So easy. And you can design, you can measure the space that you got, plan out what size track you can fit in there, and then go out and buy the track that you need. My advice when buying track is buy as much track as you can afford for your space in one go, and ideally in one batch, because when you start buying loads of different bits of track at different periods of time, the batches vary in thickness and you end up with a really bumpy track. If you can buy it all in one go, it saves all of that headache. So yeah, that would be my other advice with the Mini Z tracks. Yeah. Talking about Mini Zs, has anyone seen all these new bodies that they're releasing? They've just released a whole heap of new bits, which I'm quite excited about. A 25 short tyre, which could be interesting. Give us a little more option on the front and rear. So that will be interesting. Is there anyone running an MRO4? Because I've got a few questions myself about those. Where are we at on this? There we go. So that's what you want. And again, tiny little bit of rebound, not much at all. Instantly, I'm heading over to the US in a couple of weeks' time myself, so on the lookout for some tracks to drive. I am going to try and take, well, I'm definitely taking my micros with me. I'm also going to try and take my 10th scale buggies, try and drive those while I'm out there, which reminds me I need to get them going. Heading out there for Christmas, so excited for that. Hopefully get some, do some videos and stuff out there. Right, so there we go. I've got one more to do. Maybe I've got one more to do. Then comes the question of, do I carry on fitting parts for my son's car while he's in bed, or do I leave it for him to do? I'm tempted to do a bit more because I've got so much to build with him at the moment. This truck is really epic, and I well, not quite, but kind of get my drift. With slightly bigger wheels, I'm wondering whether we can do some sort of pretty cool build with that. Hello and welcome to anyone that is just joining me in this Saturday night live, where I'm just trying to clear the bench of a few jobs that I need to get done. The first was playing around with some brushless stuff. We managed to smoke an ESC or something, couldn't quite figure out what it was, but we smoked something. Still running though. Trying to get a brushless motor going for the buggies on the cheap. Now we are doing a little bit of work on my son's buggy on these Endura shocks, which I am very impressed at. Whoa, I didn't bleed that. Too busy chatting. Let us know if there's anything you want me to go over tonight. There we go. As I said earlier, I've been really impressed with these Endura shocks. The detail that they've gone to in the machining is actually, it is really impressive. They've beveled the top edge of the piston, which makes all the difference, and it's obviously why they're so smooth. And I'm sure the first set of these that I played with weren't like that. So yeah, fair play to them for that. They've certainly upped their game. Right, we are there with the shocks. Let's get this last one back on. And then maybe I'll take a look and see at what else we can fit. There's a couple of bits that my son is rather excited on me doing. I'll show you some of the goodies that Enduro have sent me, which I still can't quite believe, and I need to, this is all part of getting a video done for that. Incidentally, last weekend we had, I put a short up of the vintage cars that we watched, which were absolutely amazing. Every year we watch those, and it's just amazing to see such old cars and history driving around. I was chatting to a guy there, and he said that the cars cost approximately $100,000 per cylinder. And it was a 2-cylinder car, so it's pretty impressive. Right, there we go. That feels pretty good. Now this is where we have one issue, and it's going to be a reason for doing this. So one of the issues that I've had on this buggy for a while now, and I'm pretty sure you'll be able to see it on the video, is this wheel here. It's got a whole load more camber than this wheel, and I can't figure out why. So my only thought is that we change some of these parts over and try and figure it out. So let's have a look at that. How are we going to go about this? Let's switch to stock. See what I've got in here. Stock set of knuckles. That's rubbish. That's a pair. That's a pair. I'm wondering whether... No. Okay, we're going to swap this over. I'm going to start off by going back to stock. So yeah, I'm in a quest to try and find out why this wheel on my right has got loads more camber than on the left. It's got brand new knuckles and everything on there, so I don't believe it is those, but I've checked the links are the same length, so it's not that. I am running out of ideas. Hoping I've got enough parts to switch this over fairly easily. I will just pop on hopefully I've got some bearings that we can just switch these over with without having to take them out. Let's see if this cures it. Oh, damn it. No, the other right size. Right size or wrong size? Right size. No, wrong size. Oh, so why have I got those in there? Well, that's interesting. They have sent me 2 of the correct bearings and a load of the wrong size bearings. That's handy. They're no good for that. Oh, I've got all these ones. Ah, they're more like it. We can use those ones. Cool, found some bearings. Yeah, let's see if we can figure out what is going on here. So I'm going to go back over to a stock knuckle. Hello and welcome to anyone that has joined me this evening on this little live stream. Not had huge amounts of videos going out recently because I've been busy trying to find something to actually give you some good helpful feedback on. It's been a bit frustrating recently. Not much has been going my way and been hitting a lot of dead ends. So yeah, hopefully we will have some content soon. We are just trying to establish why this buggy is behaving slightly strangely. And why we're getting loads of camber on one wheel and not the other. If anyone that is joining in has any questions, give us a shout. I have no idea when people come and go and who is watching. Let us know where you're watching from, what you're up to. Are you a local? Do you race with us? If so, I'll see you Monday. Right, well, here we go. We're back together. Let's see if we still have that same camber issue. I think it's just a matter of ruling out the bits, trying to figure where it's coming from. Oh, there we go. I think that might have sorted it. That looks a lot better. So, somehow, so these were the racing knuckles, caster blocks. I think there's something bent there or something not quite right, which is rather interesting. Because when I put these in, I was very impressed with the tolerances and the fitment. But why we are getting such funny camber angles from it is hard to tell. I really don't know why it's why it's doing that. But there you go. I think we found the problem, which is a bit disappointing. Maybe I'll put them a message, but that means that we're going to have to swap it all back to stock. But we do have the Enduro set coming, so let's hope that they're a bit better. That's frustrating. I just can't figure out. Must be such a small difference. Nothing's bent. Let's go back. Let's go backwards again. Swap it back. See what happens. Hello and welcome to the live stream if you've just joined. We are trying to diagnose an issue with this Lossy Micro B. We've just fitted a new set of shocks and some front knuckles and hubs, and I've got loads of camber happening for no reason. So we're just trying to establish why. Going back to a set of stock knuckles. If you just joined, let us know in the comments if you've got any questions or interested in anything, and I will do my best to answer those questions. Let us know what you're up to on this Saturday night. I've managed to get an hour or two to myself. So just trying to get a few jobs done. So I'm just going back to the original setup, or not the original, the ones that we had the problems with, and just seeing if there was something more obvious as to why it was giving us an issue. Mike, let us know if you are still watching. Was that a buggy race that you wanted me to film, or there you go again? Look, it's still got loads of camber. Now I need to go get a photo of this because I want to send it off. So, oh yeah, I'll do that in just a second. So I'm going to end this here anyway because I need to go get a few bits sorted and take some photos of this so I can send it off. So anyway, I've been chatting long enough. So yeah, I will see you guys soon.